Good morning and welcome to A Closer Look. I'm your host, Linda Fontaine. Today, my guest is Tracy Michelle Edwards, who is very involved with Downtown Kingsport Association, and you're one of the board members, and we're here to talk about all things going on downtown, in particular, busking around the world. What is that?
Do you know what busking is in general?
I know what busking is. Isn't that when people do their street shows and things like that, juggling and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's a long time thing that people have done. They put the hat out and they try to get tips. That's what busking is. And so about 4 years ago, a small group that really wasn't Downtown Kingsport Association people, they wanted to do a festival. And then the second year, Eastman got involved and it became the international festival as well as busking around the world. So it's a really fun time. I've been involved since the beginning. What we do is we block off part of Broad Street and part of Market Street downtown, and we have it broken up into 3 parts on each side, and then one part is Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. And then we have Europe, but this year we didn't have as many people that were from Europe. But my part is North America, and I get to do Appalachia.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I get some bluegrass people there to play. There's lots of music and lots of food, and again, the people that are in charge of blocks like Africa and then China, a lot of Eastman people are here from other nations, and so they know it's firsthand what it's like. And there's a Chinese parade. It's really fun.
There is a lot of stuff because I've gone to it the last few years because it's right outside my door. And it does take up a lot of Broad Street and some of the side streets a little bit. And I remember one of my favorites because it was right outside my door. It was the first thing I saw. And I'm not sure if it was Russia, Ukrainian, what it was, but there was Romania. It was some sort of European bakery and they made bread. And I keep thinking maybe it was Russian bread.
I think so.
It was so good that I was like, it didn't have sugar in it, but it tasted really sweet. And I thought, I can't wait for next year just so I can buy more of this bread and just freeze it. Yeah, so they do things like that. They make things and they share it, or you can buy things, and you see people walking around on tall stilts and stuff.
Yes.
It's fun.
And then I mentioned in that there is one part for it's Kids Zone. And we're a part of Fun Fest, and Lucy Fleming always makes sure that we have something for the kids, because you know, that Fun Fest starts with the young and to the old. But the Kids Zone, a lot of it is about face painting, and then there's the princesses, like Beauty and Cinderella. And so there's people in costumes, so children love to be a part of it as well. So it's all ages.
Yes, it's a family affair. I love it. So when is this?
It's July 13th. You know, Fun Fest starts on the night of July 12th, and it's the first big event. So it's downtown Kingsport. And then also on Main Street, which tees right into Broad Street, there is a ATV showing, and it's like a car festival where you can look at that. And then there's going to be the aerialists are going to be at the intersection.
Oh yes, I saw them last year.
Yeah, they're coming back, and they were really popular. So they're coming back, and but we put them up there this year so that hopefully the people on Main Street that they're just there to look at vehicles can see that we're doing other stuff down on Broad Street.
Yes. Now the aerial, those are people, they were high up, and they were hanging from different wires and things.
And silks.
Silks,
yeah.
And they were doing all these fancy little things in the air, aerial stuff. That's really popular now, and it was beautiful.
It is, and I think it's something that not everybody has seen. So that was our first year having them last year. But they're coming back, and then like I said, the Chinese dragon, the children loved that. Some of them were afraid at first, but you know, it's so beautiful. So that, and then again, we mentioned the food, but every nation or country brings food samples. So this is a free event, by the way, and so they have, like last year I remember they had sushi for China, and they're having something different this year. And I tell you, the people in the India block, they go all out, and they had a henna tattooist coming.
Oh, neat.
I'm not sure.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah. But and then there, like I said, there's face painting, and a part of my block and Africa together, we are going to have Black Appalachia, I believe is what it's called, but it's the African Americans who grew up, 200 years ago. That tradition is here, so they're coming and doing a performance on what was happening to them at the beginning and as they progressed. Yeah,
kind of like a little play kind of thing.
Well, it's just I should tell you that every country has their own stage time. There's not actually a stage, but we get a flyer, and it has times on there, and let's just say 2 o'clock. So they'll give a talk on Black people in Appalachia.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that Africa and Appalachia are apart from, straight across from each other, because we want to put them in the middle, because it's both parts. So that's an
That
ad.
would be neat.
Yeah.
I do remember last year certain countries would get in the street and do dances.
Yes.
And do different things. And
That's
it
happening
was
again.
just, you just walk up and down Broad Street and you see all this activity going on. And it's fascinating, and you can learn about it because they're very open to talking to you about what they're representing, and they give you different kinds of pamphlets and things to talk about it. And like you said, samples. It's a very good cultural thing to take your family to learn about a lot of different things.
And I want to talk about the guy I got to come this year.
Who's
Actually,
that?
he contacted Lucy at FunFest. His name is Jeff, and he has made 150 little. They were originally called can joes. He takes a can, like a beans, can of beans, and has a string and a neck on it, and makes an instrument out of it. And he took our logo for Buskerfest and FunFest, and he's made 150 of them to give to children.
Oh, how
And he makes
sweet.
music. Yeah, and he's going to do a little talk and tell about how he makes them. He goes into schools and talks about them, and he's going to have kids up in the front and teach them how to play.
Oh, I love that.
So again, kid friendly.
Well, whatever you do, Tracy Michelle, you always do so well.
No, I don't.
I love Tracy Michelle.
Yeah, I
She's
love
a
you
good
back.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've known each other a long time.
Well, I'm lucky to know you.
I'm lucky I know you. Oh, let's get all sappy. So anyway, so DKA.
Downtown Kingsport Association. Yes.
And it's not Buskerfest. I keep calling it that.
It's kind of called
It's a Busker Fest, but it's busking around the world.
Right.
And that's
International.
July 13th, International. And that's 11 to 3.
That's right.
And that's on a Saturday.
It is. And
it's a free event.
It's free. And like I said, we block off the street. So you'll be parking on the streets on the outside of Broad Street. So it's going to be blocked off. And hopefully, what Downtown Kingsport Association is all about is bringing people downtown and promoting our city. I've been on the board just a short amount of time, but really involved for a lot of years, because I live downtown, just like you do. I don't live on as downtown as you do, but I mean, our town, it's a great place to be, and the buildings down here, we have lots of empty buildings, and we want to fill those up with more businesses, and that's what Downtown Kingsport Association is about, is just promoting the history of our town.
Good.
Yep, and then making it fun.
We want to have a fun downtown, a lively, exciting downtown.
We do.
You know?
Yeah, we're working on it. I mean, Sherry Mosley in the last few years, and then Allie's there now. They're just doing a great job. People don't understand how much work they do
Yes.
to bring more business downtown, as well as all this fun stuff, like Sip and Stroll.
I love Sip and Stroll.
We go to it.
First Thursday every month. We go down to Sip and Stroll 5 to 8, and different businesses are open, and they have little munchies and hors d'oeuvres and wine or water, and we just get to go from gallery to gallery and shop, and it's fun.
And people, a lot of people who are working would never get to experience the downtown businesses, like maybe on Saturday, but that party-like environment where everybody's just happy to be out. And then
Music playing everywhere.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think it started about 5 years ago.
I love it too, and I wish our businesses stayed open regularly to like 7 or 8, because it's not like it used to be. You know, people work during the day. It used to be moms were home, they did the shopping, and now moms are working, dads are working. I think we need to shift our hours. That's my thoughts. Things should be open like 11 to 7 instead of like 10 to 5 or whatever.
Let's make that a movement.
I'm trying. I've been talking a lot about it, trying to make it a thing. So if people want to learn more about DK, or how to find out about the busking around the world, international busking around the world, they can go to the website for Downtown Kingsport Association. They have a Facebook page.
And we should tell them to sign up for that email.
Yes, it's a very good email. If you call 246-6550, you can sign up for the Downtown Kingsport Association newsletter. And I get that every Wednesday, I think it is, or Thursday, and it tells you everything going on for the weekend, and I love it. I always send it to my son so he'll know what's going on downtown.
Yeah.
And it's really informative. It's great. So I do highly recommend people sign up for that.
Yeah, it's free. Just, it will. I mean, it's from the music to sometimes the specials or art shows or whatever. And if people who are business owners down here, they can contact Downtown Kingsport Association. We'll add them to that list. I mean, you know, this is what we had going on special this weekend. But that's what we're about, is promoting business and fun.
I love that. And this is a neat thing they started doing. What 2 years ago, the busking?
No, 4.
4?
Well,
okay,
yes.
Gosh, time flies.
Yes, first year was independent, and then the Eastman joined the second year. And again, I think that people don't realize how many different cultures are here because, you know, you're in your bubble. So I think having this festival just opens a lot of people's eyes. And I didn't know much about Africa, for instance, but they're there talking about their traditions. It's win-win.
It is. It's a very good opportunity to expose our children to the different cultures that they don't normally see. And so it is a very good learning experience and fun.
That's right.
Everything will be open that day. So we need to make sure that the weather is nice. So Mother Nature,
please.
Please work with us here. Again, July 13th, 11 to 3 in downtown Kingsport, International Busking Around the World.
Perfect, you did it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Tracy, for being here today.
Thank you for having Tracy
We had
Michelle.
fun, Tracy Michelle.
Yes, we did.
One of my BFFs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Aren't I
In case
lucky?
people haven't picked up on that already. And so we'll be back with more from a closer look. We'll be talking about Love Rocks right after a message from our sponsors.